What up, peeps? It's your girl Dosh. Come back to Girl Takes. Well, it's that time, guys. It's reaction time, and this is to Disney's The Mandalore. This will be for episode 2, titled Chapter 18, The Mines of Mandalore. Now, I enjoyed the first episode. I love seeing the Mandalorian and Grogu back together. Now, of course, they're on a mission because now he wants to cleanse himself by going to the mines, hence the title. And, be welcome back, being that, of course, if you all saw the last season, him taking off his mask, which he's not supposed to do, and Grogu finally getting to see him. He had a good moment. I don't care. I know there's, probably, as they say, protocol, but in that moment, it was just beautiful. It's unfortunate, but the things he has to do in order to be, in some ways, kind of respected and can move on from this, he's just going to have to do it. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly when he gets to the mines, what he's going to come across. You see what Bo-Katan said, that place is ravaged and diseased. There's nothing left there, whatever. Just shutting it all down. And probably true, but he has to try. So I'm really interested to see how this particular episode turns out with that, of course, visit there. So with that said, let's go and jump into it. Say the rest of my thoughts and then you guys.
Well, where's my guy? There he is!
I need a droid part.
Boring. Hey, get the Jawas back in here before they hit the cantina. You should buy this beauty here.
I can't use an astromech. I need a droid that's rated for spelunking.
Oh, come on now. Don't be a coward. You're an astromech. Act like one.
R5, you ready? I'm gonna need you to scout ahead and analyze the atmosphere. That wasn't a question. R5, come in. Do you read me?
Damn.
The charts were wrong. The atmosphere is breathable. These waters should flow down to the mines and the living waters within. Bo-Katan.
Oh boy. I love it.
Let's get rid of him once and for all. What happened to him? Download the astromech, find out where they were. Okay, kid. I'm gonna need you to guide me to him. This was once a beautiful civilization. My family ruled it all. Now it's a tomb.
I know that you're frightened, but I need you to guide me to him.
Those are Alamites, and we were their next meal. They used to live in the surface wastelands beyond our cities. If they survived, I wonder what else might have to.
Are you okay?
I do. What happened?
I saved your life.
Mandalore is not cursed.
Was I? Look around. There's nothing left.
I must continue to the mines of Mandalore so that I may be redeemed.
I will take you.
To the living waters?
Yes. You never find money around. What pains me is seeing our own kind fight one another time and time again. Killing each other for reasons too confusing to explain. It made us weak. I was part of the royal family. I took the creed and was showered with gifts. The rituals were all just theater for our subjects.
Your father sounds like an interesting man. I would have liked to have known him.
He was a great man. He died defending Mandalore. The living waters. These mines date back to the age of the first Mandalore. According to ancient folklore, the mines were once a mythical lair. Mandalore the Great is said to have tamed the mythical beast.
Jesus Christ. Alright, you guys, I enjoyed this episode. First off, I just gotta say how much I so enjoyed Bo-Katan in this episode, aka Katie Sackhoff, and love me some her. This was a great episode. Of course, you know, we see the setup with it. He's still trying to find a piece for the IG-11. He goes and sees Peli again, and they don't have it, but she does offer, and I love how she goes to do it. The R5D4, you can tell he did not want to go because he really needed something to be there on the Mandalore, so in case, you know, if it's cursed and all that, and if it's, you know, breathable, whatever, in that instance where they're able to check to make sure, you know, ration, whatever, he could go in there and do what he needs to do so he can bathe, you know, in the water. And he backed up, and she was like, no, come back up, come back up. That scene was so hysterical to me. Needless to say, she eventually, I'm assuming he goes on with it, and she's like, you know, just, you know, send him on their way. And he eventually goes, and we're getting to see him go through the mine of the Mandalore. And I like the overall setup. It just looks like it's gone through, and it's been through some things. And we come across, getting towards the waters, he's going to come into contact with some things. And it was these creatures. I remember her stating in this episode, they're called Alamites. I hope I'm saying it correctly. But when you see the fight sequence between the first one with Den and then, of course, the one later on, both great. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I can tell Grogu was freaking out. You can tell he does not like any of this, but he loves his Mandalorian, so he's going to be right there. And I am happy he wasn't alone, because you see what happens where he comes, and I'm talking about Den, comes across, looks like to be a Mandalorian, mask. It's a setup, it's a trap, and he is taken with this, I want to say some sort of creature like a cyborg of sorts, with this big, eye or whatever, just looking all types of creepy. And when he's snatched up, he pretty much is using him so he can suck like blood out of him. I'm just like, because at first I was like, what is he doing? And I'm like, oh my God. But by that time you see, he's like, go get, Bo-Katan. He does, and she comes back. And there's like the conversation between her and Grogu. At first he's kind of hesitant because you dealt with some sort of creature, looked like some sort of, dragon or something, small miniature trying to get to Grogu and, RFID4. But they were able to, get to her to come back. She had to have a little chat, like, I know you're scared, but I'm here to save, your Mandalorian. Like, I'm here to save him. And she, was able to kind of push him and nudge him. But I like the sequence, like I said, with that little cyborg creature with her, and then explaining, to Den once she's able to free him and help him, and give him some soup and, tell him about the stories and how her father was and things of that nature. I like the scenes where she's talking about the things they heard. I wish I could have met your dad. He's telling he was a great man, and going through the stuff. This place was so much better. Within the family and growing up, and look what's happened to it. All the things that I remember they were discussing first. Episode talking about the things, creatures, things of that nature. So when they finally, she decides to help him, because at first he's like, I can't go back. I have to do this. I need to bathe in the water. So he can, reset everything and, go about what he needs to do. And she decides to take him. When he goes to do it, I'm wondering how, deep the water is. So when he goes, I'm like, he dived down, but I know something had to be up under there. And when she went in there to find him, all the way down he was. But as she was coming back up, after she was saved him, she comes across this, I think they call it, was it a mythosaur? I hope I'm saying that correctly. I could be incorrect. My apologies. But the way it just glanced, it didn't do anything. It just glanced, and she was just like, oh my God, like, from the stories or whatever they told, couldn't find their truth. So now I have to see, moving forward, if she is, not going to be still, as they say, indifferent to everything that Den is trying to do and all the things that she kind of pushed aside, didn't believe. We'll have to see. I really hope that she opens up a little bit with that. I know the way things turned out, or not the way she wanted to, and just sitting there, on the throne like that, and just such despair, and just feel so, just in some ways sorry for her, because there's just so much more potential they'll do. And I'm hoping throughout this whole actual season we'll get to see a progression where she kind of, things kind of flourish in that aspect, and she doesn't feel like everything is just, a goner now, because she ended up with that particular sword that she was supposed to get. So, but in the end, she rose to the occasion. She saved him. Of course, he said she'll be in his debt, and her debt, excuse me. But yeah, I really can't say enough of how good this episode was. I can already imagine each episode will be good and just keep heightened to another level. But this one was really good, and just seeing all the different, I love when you see different types of creatures and things that I'm definitely not familiar with, per se, but just in this instance with this particular episode, these, what are they called, Alamites, whichever. So learning something different and seeing certain things that are new, I always enjoyed that, like I said. But yes, this was a great episode. With that said, you guys comment below, let me know what you think, and with that said, I'll see you guys in the next episode reaction. You guys take care.